Hello everyone. Are you ready for part 19 from our project? It's the second part of retopologizing, so let's get to it. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, I think we're going to work on the tail today. Exciting. Okay, let's add some loops there. Control on the keyboard, left mouse click to add a loop there. Control again, left mouse key or the pen. Now we're using the smooth tool from the quad draw. So shift on the keyboard and just smooth it out. Control for another loop. Smooth, shift on the keyboard to smooth it out a bit. Control on the keyboard. Shift to smooth it. This one is a bit shorter than the previous one. The previous one was quite long, wasn't it? Yeah, this one is about 13 minutes, so bear with me. Nice. Straighten them out a little bit. Nice. I'm gonna move that out of the way. I thought it's a nice touch to show my face now and again. It just makes you feel not be alone in the room. I never like being alone. That's why when I'm alone, I just put the music on or something. But I remember when I was following tutorials and just listening to the voice of the people explaining things to us, to the tutors, the voice of the tutors, it was really nice listening to them, but sometimes it felt really lonely. Just showing our face now and again, it's nice, isn't it? Okay. This one will look a little bit long, but that's fine. Afterwards, we can add some more loops there. It's okay. Extrude, tap on the keyboard and just extrude it. When it says extrude, just make sure here on the left where it says auto weld, I hope I pronounce it properly, to have it on when you're extruding and you want actually the edges to stick to each other, to connect to each other, simply said. But sometimes you want it off, so bear that in mind. That's especially when you're working with the extrude tool from the quadro tool. Yeah, I need to zoom in a little bit more here. There we are. It's annoying when you don't get offered the face that you want there. Yeah, I'm gonna use the extrude tool again. So you see how I move it and how it actually gets stuck together? Well, that's the auto weld tool when it's sticked on, but sometimes you don't want it. So just bear that in mind again. Because so many times, I've had it off and I wanted to do it. It's better actually to have it off and switch it on once you need it, because sometimes you might get in trouble. Let's straighten this for the mirroring after. Okay. Let's do another long one as well, so we can connect it. Yeah, I think I need to move those a little bit. Yeah, there we are. Move that player away. Control on the keyboard to make a loop. Control on the keyboard to make another loop, so we can connect the vertices. Tap on the keyboard to extrude. Shift to make the face. That's nice. This way, the way we've created it now, we can always add some loops later on, which we will need, because we need to rig the tail to get that curl effect that Pascal has on his tail. Control on the keyboard, Shift, so you can connect the vertices into a face. Smooth, Shift, and relax. When it shows relax, you can smooth the vertices around and the faces. It's been really good fun going through this again, realizing the mistakes that I did and learning from them. Hopefully it will help me be quicker with my next project, which I have started already, but first I would want to finish all these videos because they are for reference for myself as well. I actually did them partially for selfish reasons, just so I have them. Sometimes I've worked on projects and I've managed to do the desired effect, specifically in animation. And then the time passes, and then I want to use the same method that I used in a different project, and then I can't remember how I did it. So I would need to go back into the files and explore how I actually did the desired effect. This way, when I do my time lapses and when I record the whole process, this will actually help me as well. Specifically, well, I'm talking about this project for the tail, how I rigged the tail. Worked really well. You'll see later on. Let's move that out a little bit. Smooth those vertices a little bit. Yeah, see, I can predict what I'm gonna do. It doesn't want to move now. Now I need to turn around. There we are. You see how we've got the high poly underneath that we're literally sticking it on all the new faces and vertices, and how our retopologized mesh looks, it doesn't look as smooth. Well, that's because we don't have enough geometry there yet. But that's okay, because we'll add it at the end. Control on the keyboard, so we can get a loop. Shift, so we can connect the vertices to create a face. Nice. Let's move that back in, so it's hopefully within the line. You can't really tell in the perspective view, so I would need later on to go back into the bottom view to make sure that all the vertices are aligned on the line for the mirroring. It will make mirroring much cleaner and easier. Shift, so you can connect all the vertices. Okay, now you see here, I'm thinking, how am I going to connect this? Okay, let's see. Because if I add two loops along the tail, I'm not sure whether it will show afterwards in the recording the mouse that I do, but we don't want to, because there at the end it will become too dense afterwards. So that's why I'm going back and deleting some of them. I hope it makes sense what I'm saying. See, this way I would need to add just maybe one more row, where now here at the end is not going to get as dense. Okay, let's see. What if I connect those four, which offers me, and then smooth it out a little bit. No, I'm deleting those as well. Fair enough. You know, you work it out and you see what's the best solution. Yeah, I really want to have that nice a loop there. Like I said, it makes easier for UV unwrapping later on as well, which we're not gonna do. ZBrush will do it for us. There we are. And what am I gonna do here? There we are. You see, I figured it out. Sometimes you need to go back, delete some of the faces, and make sure that we don't make it as dense, because afterwards we'll definitely need to add some more loops around the tail. We want to add here and here and here, but I don't want to add more on the line left to the right, if it makes sense. See, that's where on the long line I'm checking whether I can add, and on the side. Shift on the keyboard so you can smooth. When it says relax, you can start smoothing the vertices and the faces around. Okay, so let's see how we're going to connect those bits. Control on the keyboard so we can get a loop there, so we can get a face. You see how easy it is afterwards to add the additional loops when we don't have it as dense yet. Control so we can do a loop. Shift. Sometimes when it's too close, you need to kind of turn around or just get it at the right angle to offer you to connect the vertices for the face you want. It's looking pretty good. Very happy with the Retopology this time. I'm not happy with the feet, but I think I fixed that afterwards. That's why in the beginning, when I do the sculpting for the main model, the high poly model that we're using at the moment for retopologizing, I didn't add that much detail. I just added the basic detail, and because I knew that afterwards, probably after the retopology, I would amend it even more. So that's my way of working. Obviously, it's not the only way, but it's my way of working. I just figure it out as I go, I guess. Yeah, that stretches a little bit, so we'll see whether, yeah, that's a good way of connecting it there so it doesn't stretch that much. You see, we've got that long face there. Control, so we can get a nice loop there. There we are, there's our face, and it's a relevantly good size face. That's what we want in the beginning, and afterwards we add it as we need it. Because you will see later on when we are animating it, rigging it and animating it for weight painting, for animation, for those of you who don't know what weight painting is, we will cover it later on. And I think we're done with this one. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you for being so patient.